Yeah. Is this thing even on? Welcome to this live stream. I'm just gonna see if people are on. No one is on, but in this live stream here, I look crazy. I am crazy. Are people on? 3 people on. Okay. Vinny, hello. That's a charismatic name you have there with the logo and all. In this live stream, I'm not gonna answer questions yet, but I'm gonna talk about live living socially and jumping up to that social freedom 2.0 level, which is the level beyond the first one. The first level of social freedom is doing what I did in my early 20s to push my social comfort zone, to scream out loud, running around, clothes off, be a little awkward on purpose, embarrassing myself on purpose, get attention and feel okay getting attention and have social pressure on myself. And also good exercises, really good exercises to get things moving fast, to just will yourself over the social matrix with just willpower. And you do the exercise and then you boost your confidence instantly. But then the 2.0 level is to really solve things from the inside, to build capacity to actually connect with the world around you and not just take attention to yourself. You're actually using that attention for something instead of just having it, just for having it. You're actually using it. If you can get attention, you will use it to connect, to bring something to the table, to bring something of value to the folks that is present with you. So it's actually learning the art of connecting socially, but also in order to connect socially, we have to be connected emotionally and psychologically and mentally and even spiritually with ourselves. And we're also, when I say ourselves, I also mean everything, because you see, eventually, you will see that everything is connected, and that's where the social freedom 2.0 is found, in seeing and realizing that connection is already there. All we're doing is to just reduce the noise that is in the way of ourselves connecting with everyone around us, or the ones you want to connect with. And so that's what I will go through today. I'll begin with a story of that I heard from a conference I was speaking at 5 years ago. It was Sasha Day Games conference, Sasha Alexander Lazarev. So that was in London, and there was this one guy, Marcus, and he was called Marcus the Charisma Coach at that time. And he had this story. He told a story about he was at a party, and he had been in the charisma consultation business for a long time, giving advice to public speakers and celebrities on how to become charismatic to business owners, entrepreneurs. And a few years in, he was at this party, and it was probably a party with entrepreneurs and God knows what kind of people who were there, but probably, you know, with a average charisma level that was pretty high. So he was at this party, and there was suddenly one guy walks in, one man, and everyone is looking at the man coming in. And since he's the charisma coach, he's asking someone next to him, who is that guy? What's he about? What is he doing? Who is he? And they told him, that's actually a shaman. It's a shaman. I don't know how to pronounce that word in English. Shaman. And he goes, okay, whatever he has, I want that. So he went to the jungle in Brazil, Colombia, or was it Peru, to drink ayahuasca and see what these shamanism people were all about. And that changed him. And my story is a little similar because I wanted to connect with the world. That's always been a deep wish in me, to connect with the world. And I think it is for most people, maybe everyone. Why do we do what we do? Why do people take drugs? Why do people want to get rich? Why do people want to have some kind of social status? Why do people want power? It is to feel that connection. And maybe it's a deeper wish for love. And there's just some misunderstandings about how to get that, how to earn that. So that's actually similar to my story a little. I did these things. I built a YouTube channel. I got some social recognition from that. And I also got some social recognition from practicing social skills. God, feels so pathetic, but it's useful, and it did help me. God, somebody's coming in. Okay, I need to move. Are people on here? Just hold 1 second. I need to close the door. Hallo? Hei, jeg bare gjør ferdig en livestream inne i stua, ok?
Ja da.
Så jeg lukker døra.
Det går bra.
And yeah, I had a similar insight. I intuitively realized that in order to connect with people, I had to actually connect with myself. It didn't hold up to just learn social skills, to learn lines and routines, stories, to just raise the voice or stand in a particular way or talk in a particular way. That really was not enough. That was maybe some small percentage of it. But most of it was to actually become whole, to connect, you know, the mind, body, and the soul together. So that's what I started working on in 2014, 15. And yeah, so my story, this shaman story, that was just demonstrating what can happen when what's truly charismatic. Okay, that guy walked in, he was just still, he had this stillness. He was walking into the party and everybody was noticing it. And everybody was curious, at least this Marcus guy. And he was training people to become charismatic. And he was impressed by it. It's not a matter of being impressed, but it does raise you know, the potential validity of the fact that what's truly charismatic and also connecting is our own connection with ourselves, and not all the other stuff that we're trying to do with ourselves to appear socially worthy. Okay. It's better to actually realize that that connection is already there to begin with, and that we are loved to begin with. So how do you get there? You know, this Marcus guy, and also I also had that ayahuasca experience, but you don't have to do that. That was my calling, and that was his calling. And I don't necessarily recommend it either to everybody. Only to the ones who really feel the call and who have done research and know that they want to do that. But there are so many other ways, and it's all about the practice, the daily practice, your attitude to connect with yourself, with your body, with your thoughts and emotions, to become whole, as whole as you can. So how do you get there in simple terms? First thing, you have to get out of your head. The fastest way and most efficient way to get out of your head is to get into the body. And you get into the body by working out, by being in physical activity, and exercising, dancing, using your body. And as you're using your body, whether it's lifting weights or dancing, get in touch with the bodily sensations. Put mindfulness into your body, your muscles, your skin, when you're breathing the air. Be in your body as much as you can. Put your attention in there. And eventually you will get more and more out of your head and into your body. And when you get out of your head, your mind will calm down, and the activity of the thinking mind will slow down. And you won't create so much anxiety, because the anxiety is created in your head. It's through overthinking and being too caught up in your head. So get out of there and into the body. So that's the first rule, to get into the body. And you know, the first golden rule against depression is to move your body. Motion creates emotion, right? But then if you want to take it a little further and really master your mind and get out further of your head, it's to start meditating and doing mindfulness. And you do that simply by being interested in your thoughts. Not blindly following them, but being consciously aware of them. So when you have a thought, you see that it's a thought. You look for the thought stuff. You see that it's just a thought. Even if it's a really true thought that the society will be like, yeah, that's a fact. The planet is round. Then that's still a thought, even though it's a fact. It's still a thought. Your thought about it, your thought about any true fact is still a thought. And it's that activity when we start following our minds and we're always debating, and we're always wanting to find out where does hamsters come from, then we're being eventually caught in our head. We live in our head eventually. And that disconnects us from nature and people and beings. And here, this moment, because the mind, it separates. The mind judges. It wants to judge the best thing to do for you. What is that way? So it's always analyzing. How can I serve my interests the most? And it's constantly working on judging the possibilities and the alternatives, which is a very, very, very powerful skill, a necessary skill, but it's not where we can ultimately live from. It has to be the servant. It has to be a tool. It can't be the leader of your life. So it's more like the vice president. It can't be the founder. It's not the founder. Okay, you're more than that. There's a space beyond thoughts. There's a space beyond emotions. And that's, I call it awareness. But it's not a thing. It's not a word. You can't find it. You're looking from it all times. So whatever you're looking at, if it's a thought, you're not thinking that thought. You're not having that thought. You're not owning it. And that thought isn't you. You're looking at the thought. So this interest in really watching thoughts and emotions, that will take you to Social Freedom 2.0, because that will make you comfortable in your own skin when you know that you're not trapped inside of your skin. Because you know that you're not your thoughts, you're not your feelings, and you're not anything that seems to be you in your experience. You're not trapped inside of your experience. And that creates a tremendous amount of freedom and comfortability with yourself. You will walk through the world with more ease. And you will see that you are connected with everything, so that whenever you meet people, they will see it in your eyes, and you will see it in them, in their eyes, that you are connected, you know it, and they will know it as well. They will remember it, because you remember it at all times. So they will get infected by it. It's infectious. So that's how to get to Social Freedom 2.0. Hope you enjoyed the video. Now I will answer some questions for some minutes. And by the way, if you want help, if you want guidance from me with this, I'm doing coaching, so you can I think there's a link in the description. If it's not, then it's in my previous video. There should be one to my website where you can fill out a form, and then I will get back to you about potentially doing a consultation and coaching together. Now I'm going to see if people are commenting and if they're here. If you are here. Hello, EO. I'm going to just... No. Opa. Albert Ahern. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go upstairs. Ola, Hi. I said hi to my mom, but I'm also saying hi to Ola and everyone here. Very cool that Ola is here. It was a pleasure. I enjoyed hanging out with you this summer, and I'm very glad seeing you here. Hope you are well. And that was a nice trip, yeah. Felipe, what about the pranks? The pranks may come someday. Maybe not anytime soon, but who knows? Depends on if I'm with people, it's easier to film it. If they have an idea and if I see a reason to do the prank, then I will do it. Seba, what do you think about prejudice and how you cross the social limits? Prejudice is it depends on what angle you want to look at this from. Are you afraid of prejudice yourself or worried about it yourself, and that's why you're not embracing the world socially? Or is it, or do you mean as a social justice issue? Because I'm not really talking about that much. When I say social freedom, I mean individual social freedom in your social life. This is for Sirius, who says he misses my crazy face prank. Do you miss me? I really miss you. Yeah. I hope you're happy in your life, says Muslov, and I thank him and her and wish him or her the same. Why are you changed so much your channel videos theme? Because I changed so much myself. Jimmy, are you reading any good books lately? I'm not really reading much now because I consider more of this as the book of life right now. But when I read, it's usually about what I talked about, how to free myself more from the mind, and basically free myself from suffering. The suffering of that is very common. The resistance to the moment, the resistance to what's going on. Vinny, appreciate the genuine you're being and the message you're spreading. Thanks, Vinny. Text us. How are you, Freddy? I'm good. I'm very good. And how are you, Textus Receptus? Shrooms help? Yeah. Yeah. It helps, yeah. Well, but it's not necessary for these insights to occur. All you need is this, because this is all it really is anyway. And it's the art of being present. So of course all you need is this, because it is the art of becoming present with what is. I think that sometimes you don't need to understand or overthink why we're acting some way. Sometimes I do things just to get validation, but I also think that's okay. It's okay to do things out of validation, because imagine if we really knew how much of the stuff we're doing is for some kind of social validation. I probably do a lot more for validation than I really am aware of. So, and I don't know if I'll ever get rid of the need for a validation. Okay, maybe there was like maybe a year ago I was like, maybe I can get rid of it, but maybe I can meditate it away. But it's not going that fast, at least as I wanted. Chicken Yale. Hello. Sadly, I'm at work and only have to. Hello, Vinny, and thanks for coming in. Victor, oi, Victor, tudo bem? Hi, for Freddy. Thanks for another stream. Always interesting to hear your thoughts. Thank you, and always interesting to share them. At least now, it's interesting. Well, it's always interesting in a way, but now I'm enjoying it. I heard Albert, and most of the time I'm enjoying it too. Birkenmeister, Daddy's here. Are you Daddy or am I? And who's the kid? Hi, really nice your videos. What you're thinking about prejudice and how you cross the limits. I answered that a few minutes ago, I think. I'm afraid to show me as I really am. Okay, so that's what you mean. So this prejudice that you're talking about, this judgment that you fear, the social judgment, that is actually just your thoughts. It is it's them, it's people. Yes, people can judge you, but it's your thinking about that. That's what hurts you. That's what makes you afraid, and that's what's stopping you from showing yourself as you are. So it's mostly you. It's like at least 90% your mind. Because when you're doing something outrageous that people can judge, when you really are on purpose and you're totally involved in what you're doing, like I was in some of those videos, I didn't. It didn't enter my head in those moments what people might be thinking of it. At least not in a. It didn't stop me. It's like, and it didn't really exist in my mind. I was mostly involved with. I forget that. You forget that when you're totally, when you're actually showing yourself, the excitement of showing yourself, whether it's your naked parts or just yourself, then that joy and that authentic excitement is so big that and so deep that it's just bigger and more profound than any thought of what some people may think of it. Those are small thoughts, so they don't occur when you're totally immersed expressing yourself. Duty TV. I should get on TikTok, he says. I am on TikTok actually. Um, but what's the secret there? How can I build a TikTok? Have you had a spiritual awakening? Says Super Mario. Yes, I would say so, and I'm still having one. Watch my other video and you will see more of what that is like for me. Birkenmeister, you are very pretty. If I was a girl, I would steal your heart. I am from Oslo. Maybe we can go to the opera theater one day. Do you have a rumpetaske I can borrow? Oh, hope Greece is treating you well. Birkenmeister. Okay, so this is a friend of mine who is psychologically crazy. Um, let's not go more into that. Okay, duty. uh, Crazy guy. Let's make funny back and forth stitch videos on TikTok. We can send each other mini script. Are you down? Now I'm just thinking about that previous crazy Greek guy there. He because he would have a comment on. He has a comment on everything that happens. So I become really self-conscious when I'm doing this live stream because I know he's having he's commenting on everything I'm saying, and especially when I'm when I seem autistic. So, but then I make fun of his psychological diagnosis. But I can't go into them right now here. Let's. Love you, Freddy. Don't lose your mind, brother. I'm trying to lose my mind, brother. But I'm trying to keep myself, if that makes sense. Let's make funny back and forth stitched videos on TikTok. We can send each other mini scripts. Are you down? I don't know what that means. Stitch videos? Back and forth stitch videos. If you have good ideas, then send me those. Yeah. But I will only do it if I think the ideas are good. Can I chat to you on Facebook? I want to ask some personal question that I need to heal. If you're interested in coaching, you can feel free to go to the website that I've listed in the description. But you can also message me something on Facebook and maybe I will have an answer for it. Do you want to get rid of it completely? Doesn't some amount of validation move you forward in life? Need for validation move you forward in life. That's true. But what's forward in life, really? But I get what you're saying. So the need to connect with people, I think that the validation is coming from there, really. It's a mask of that deeper desire. And over proportionate need for validation, that's like the shadow side, the dark side of the pure desire, the bright desire to connect with human beings and life. So when that's damaged in some way, we will go to other ways of seeking love that can be pretty desperate and dark. Are you a Buddhist? I don't consider myself religious or Buddhistic, but I have benefited a lot from the Buddhist teachings. And not. I mean, Buddhism is not about worshiping gods. So it's really different from what I grew up in, which was worshiping a god, and there's nothing wrong about that, and that was really beautiful in many ways. Now I'm practicing more. Yeah, I mean, I could even call this live stream, if you watch the first 20 minutes, what I talked about there, about freeing ourselves from our thoughts, especially the negative thoughts. That's, you could call that Buddhism. Freedom, are you in Scotland at the moment? Scottish Highlands. Yes, that's exactly where I am. I'm in Scotland. Oh, it's Huddle. Hey, Huddle. Um, does it look like Scotland here? These maybe I sound Scottish in my accent. How's it going, Harl? How are you doing? So that was I went to the end. So there's another one. My roommate watches TV throughout the night, and I am not able to sleep because of the noise. Please, advice. Okay. Listen to something that is not too fun and not too boring. So you will be tricked into sleep. Something interests you, and you will look at it or listen to it, but it's not so interesting that you will being awake. Keep being awake. Are you addicted to adrenaline? I will, maybe on some level, but no, not really. At least not in the same way I was before. It was a it was a fair attempt at humor, Harold. You probably had a context around it. Scotland is the land of Uncle Scrooge, and he is a humoristic character. So now I'm actually in the end of my journey here on this live stream. Went through the comments as well, so I think I'm gonna soon salute you folks. Hope you got something out of this live stream, whether it was reducing some mind activity, or if it was being answered to on your question, or when I was rolling on the floor laughing at the Scotland joke. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourself. And I will see if I can do it more often, Richard. So take care, folks, and I'll see you soon. Take care from FreddyFairhair. Viking Power.